Okay, fifth class, open up your busy maths on page 66, alright? So here we are adding fractions. So if we have, for example, we've sixths of a pi here. So we have 6 sixths all together. Now if, for example, Mary had 2 sixths and I had 3 sixths, and we wanted to find out how much we had all together. So we would add the 2 parts that Mary has and the 3 parts that I have, and together we have 5 parts of the 6 altogether, right? So we have 2 parts, 2 sixths, plus 3 parts, 3 sixths is equal to 5 sixths. Right, so what if the pi instead was cut into quarters? So Mary had 1 quarter and I had 2 quarters. So how many parts of the pi does Mary have? Mary has 1 and I have 2. So we put those together, we get 3 parts. And what was the pi split into altogether again? 4, right? So we then get 3 over 4, okay? Because we together have 3 parts of 4, okay? So what about over here? 2 twelfths plus 3 twelfths. So we have 2 parts of 12 and 3 parts of 12. So if we add those together, we get 5 over 12. So can you see we're just adding the top part, we're not adding the bottom. So it's not 5 over 24, it's 5 over 12 because it's the same fraction that we're getting it from, right? The same whole we're getting it from. So think of these as pieces of the pie. So they're all from the same piece of pie, and we're just taking pieces of the pie out, alright? So do those for me, so please. And then on the question 2 then, we're going to have pictures, right? So we have pictures instead. So for example, over here, we have a full rhombus, which has 4 parts, and a rhombus over here as well that has 2 parts colored in. So we have these split into quarters. This one is full, so it's 4 fourths. So it's 4 over 4. This one is only half full, so it's 2 over 4. So if we put those together as a mixed fraction, it's 1 and 2 quarters, right? This one down here, 3 parts are colored in from a total of 4. So that's going to be 3 over 4. Now, can we take away, we're adding 0. So we're going to add these together. So if we add, how many parts are on the top again? So for example, on the top here we have 4 over 4 and 2 over 4. That gives us a mixed fraction of 1 and 2 quarters. If we change that 1 back into a fraction, we get 4 over 4. So if we add 4 plus 2, we get 6. So this is actually 6 parts of 4, right? So 6 over 4. And if we have to add 6 over 4 plus 3 over 4, what do we get? We get 9 over 4, okay? Now we have to simplify these now. So we know how to simplify fractions. So we have to divide the top by the bottom. So we have 9 over 4, so obviously the top is much bigger, so it's an improper fraction. So how many times does 4 go into 9? How many times can we divide 4 into 9? Twice, isn't it? So we have 2 over here is our mixed number. And what fraction are we left over with? So we've taken out 2 4s from it, so that leaves us with 1 over 4 left. Right, so we have 1 quarter left. So our answer is 2 and 1 quarter. Alright? So we have to simplify these and then have to convert them back into a mixed fraction. Alright? So you shouldn't have too much problem with that. And then question 3, we have to add these fractions and simplify where possible. Alright? So we'll do the middle one here, D. So we have 1 and 8 twelfths plus 5 twelfths. Right, so how can we change this into an improper fraction? So we know 1, it's broken up into fractions of 12. So if we want a whole, that means it's 12 over 12, isn't it? So 12 over 12 and 8 over 12 is this number here. So what's that equal to? 20 over 12, isn't it? So it's 20 over 12 because that is 12 twelfths and this is 8 twelfths. So it's actually 20 over 12. So what's 20 over 12 plus 5 over 12? We just add the top ones, remember we don't add the bottom. So we add the top and we get 25 over 12. And do we know how many times 12 can go into 25? So if we take away 12 once, we get, what do we get? We get 13, don't we? Can we take it again? Yes, we can. So we take it twice and we're left with a remainder of 1. So we're left with, so we have 25 over 12 over here. And we're left with 2 and 1 twelfth. Right? So we're trying to simplify these first, so bring it back to improper fractions, and then bring them all the way back to mixed fractions at the end, right? So it's very simple for you, okay?